Thank you for joining us for this introductory video to ASNA Wings. ASNA Wings provides a fast, extensible way to create web-based user interfaces for your existing RPG applications. This video provides a high-level overview of Wings' core concepts and capabilities. This session aims to provide you with a basic understanding of what Wings does and how it does it. Other videos in this series provide even more detail about ASNA Wings. ASNA Wings enables you to add a web user interface to your existing RPG applications, as shown here. The screen shown here in the foreground is the Wings version of the green screen in the background. It is quite nearly the raw Wings output. It has had some minor font changes, but otherwise this display is created directly by Wings. Wings screens are built using customizable templates, so it's easy to change colors and images to tailor the display to your corporate look and feel. The Wings presentation layer is displayed in a desktop or tablet's browser and requires no components to be installed on end-user desktops or tablets. Once you've used ASNA Wings to modernize a display, you can then further enhance it with improved functionality and cosmetics. In this example, we've added an image and a bar chart using custom user interface elements that Wings provides. These display elements are populated by adding just a bit of code to the underlying RPG. ASNA Wings generates standard HTML5 web pages, so any industry standard web technique could also be used to further enhance Wings displays. ASNA Wings has many benefits. The Wings UI quickly dispels the myth that your IBMI is old-fashioned. In fact, it's likely that with Wings, users won't even know they are using an RPG application. The Wings UI is built with industry-standard HTML5 web pages. It can be customized with the extended user interface controls that Wings includes, such as images, bar charts, and Google Maps, but it can also be extended with standard web techniques and components. Wings Modern Web UI puts your IBMI RPG apps in a browser for your users alongside the other browser-based apps they use. Wings adds a great deal of value to your existing IBMI RPG applications without making substantial RPG changes. Wings apps run great on tablets. We'll talk more about this in a moment. Unlike traditional screen scrapers, Wings not only modernizes your existing RPG applications, but it also provides a jumping-off place from which to build IBMI application extensions with ASNA Visual RPG, Visual Basic, or C# using the same look and feel as your Wings apps. This allows you to add custom services and functionality to your IBMI without needing to make major changes to your legacy workhorse. Wings does not require any heavy upfront analysis or design, and it modernizes screens very quickly. You get quick results and a rapid ROI with ASNA Wings. All of Wings' benefits add up to success for your IBMI modernization project. Wings provides a built-in browser-based 5250 emulator. This does a couple of things for you. It allows you the convenience of modernizing your screens with the highest payoff screens first. Any screen you don't modernize with Wings displays naturally in the ASNA 5250 emulator. There may also be the occasional screen in your end-user workflow that you cannot modernize with Wings. Wings needs the green screen DDS to modernize a screen. For example, if your users use a CL command like work with spool file in their normal daily workflow, that display works just fine in the ASNA emulator. We often get the question, does Wings work on smartphones? The answer technically is yes. Practically though, we don't think it works very well in the real world. There are at least two issues running existing IBMI RPG apps with Wings on a smartphone. The obvious issue is the screen real estate. There just isn't enough room to display a 24x80 or a 27x132 screen on a smartphone without more pinching and zooming than users will tolerate. Beyond that real estate issue, though, lurks another, more subtle but probably more critical issue. Most IBMI RPG applications were written in a dense, function key-driven style that generally required at least a little training to use. The operational behavior of these old apps don't lend themselves well for use on smartphones. Now, although we don't recommend Wings to render RPG apps on smartphones, Wings does render RPG very well on tablets. You can run your RPG apps from either the Wings emulator or from a Wings modernized display. This provides a great portable workstation for your users. Consider medical professionals in a hospital, or realtors out in the field, or supervisors on manufacturing shop floors. Using Wings, these users would all have immediate wireless access to your existing IBM i RPG applications. Wings works on Apple, Android, and Windows 8 tablets. While we're on the subject, ASNA has a great solution for building new smartphone and tablet applications called ASNA Mobile RPG. Mobile RPG lets RPG coders build great smartphone and tablet applications using nothing but plain old RPG. For more information, please visit asna.com/mobilerpg. ASNA has a long history of innovation and customer satisfaction in the IBM mid-range community. We've been in business since 1982. We're very excited to be celebrating our 35th anniversary here in 2017. We delivered the first source-level debugger and the first C compiler for the AS400 back in the 90s. Today, most of the members of that R&D team are still with us creating our products. We are top-tier partners with both IBM and Microsoft. We work closely with both partners to ensure our software works with the latest releases of their software. ASNA is a global organization with executive offices in Barcelona and sales and R&D offices in San Antonio. We also have more than 30 business partners and distributors throughout the world. ASNA is deeply committed to its customers. Our quality products and highly skilled services team helps ensure your project's success. ASNA has a full suite of IBM i application modernization products and services. We're here to discuss ASNA Wings, and we've mentioned ASNA Mobile RPG in passing. We also offer the world's only RPG compiler for .NET, and we also have a full-featured analytical and migration suite that migrates IBM i RPG applications to .NET, targeting either C# or ASNA Visual RPG. ASNA DataGate is our data pipeline between the IBM i and our modernization products. For Wings, it's DataGate that transports the workstation file data from the IBM i to the Wings user interface. ASNA also has a highly skilled services team that can help with any aspect of your project. IBM's Rational Open Access Edition API is the core enabler for Wings. We call it Open Access for short. This performant and secure API enables the interception of RPG file data at the operating system level. ASNA Wings uses the Open Access API to intercept an RPG program's workstation file data. The Open Access API is included with IBM i at no charge. It works with ILE RPG programs. However, RPG 400 programs can easily use the API if they are first converted with Convert RPG Source to ILE RPG. Note that these RPG 400 programs don't necessarily need to be permanently converted to ILE RPG. The conversion is necessary only for compilation. We drill into this in more detail in another ASNA Wings video. The short story is this. There is a simple, easy path to using your RPG 400 applications with ASNA Wings. The RPG program is registered with the Open Access API with the single continuation line, shown here in the red rectangle, added to the workstation file declaration. This is the only change your RPG program needs to use ASNA Wings. The presence of this continuation line registers your RPG program with the Open Access API. This is the signal for the operating system, IBM i, to redirect this workstation file data through that Open Access API and then on to Wings. This image shows the workstation file data flow. This shows how the display file data is moved from the RPG program out to the Wings presentation layer. So in step 1, the RPG program has prepared the data for display and then writes it with either write or execute format to the display file record format. Nothing different or changed there. In fact, the RPG program doesn't know its display file data is going to be intercepted. In step 2, because of the presence of that handler added to the RPG program, the IBM I operating system redirects the workstation file data to the Open Access API. In step 3, the API passes off that data to the Wings Open Access handler, where it's going to manipulate that data. And in step 4, the Wings Open Access handler will emit what we call a Wings display file data set, which sends this display file data onto the Wings presentation layer. In step 5, then, the Wings display file data set is rendered to the client's browser. The Wings display file data set includes all workstation file data fields, hidden fields, and the program and response indicators. This is unlike a screen scraper-based solution which provides data only for those values shown on the screen. With its rich display file data set, Wings provides many more customization possibilities than a screen scraper does. Wings obeys the implicit indicator-driven contract that exists between an RPG program and a display file. The original green screen DDS is read by Wings to create its web page alternative to that screen. All of the indicator-driven operations specified in that DDS are persisted in the Wings web page. For example, if the original green screen used indicator 40 to conditionally position the cursor at a given field, Wings cursor positioning is also governed by that indicator. Here you can see the position cursor attribute conditioned on indicator 40 in the original DDS specification. This conditional operation is carried forward to Wings as a property of the corresponding Wings user interface element. Here you can see that the position cursor property has a value of 40, indicator 40. This fidelity with the original display definition helps ensure that your RPG displays will continue to function for Wings just as they did for the original green screens. As you've seen, Wings is really very simple. First, you install the server and PC components. Then you import your green screen record formats into Wings and add the handler continuation line to the RPG program and then recompile that RPG program. Finally, you test the imported screens from within Visual Studio using its built-in web server. This step encapsulates Wings' general design time workflow. Between importing and testing, you may add a few other steps to further customize the Wings displays. You may want to customize fonts and colors or insert a corporate image in the Wings template for it to be shown on all Wings pages. Or you may want to insert custom controls like images and data charts. However, the steps above show the general steps you'll take to quickly get output with ASNA Wings. Let's review the components you need to use ASNA Wings. We'll look at both design time and production requirements. The design time is when you import and test screens. You may also do additional modernization steps here as well. To do design time and testing with ASNA Wings, you need an IBM I and a Windows 7, 8, or 10 PC. On the IBM I, you'll need IBM I V6R1 or higher. You'll also need IBM's no-charged licensed program product, Open Access. It's in the box for V7R2 and higher, and PTFs are available for V6R1 and V7R1. And then you'll need the Wings framework, which includes ASNA Datagate, installed on your IBM I. On the PC, you'll need Visual Studio 2013 or 2015. You can use a commercial version or the Visual Studio 2015 Community Edition. This video was filmed on the cusp of the release of Visual Studio 2017. Wings will support Visual Studio 2017 after its general release. You'll also need the Wings Design Aid. This is a Wings component that snaps into Visual Studio. This is the component that provides the ability to import IBM I display files. You won't need a web server to do design time development and testing. During design time, Visual Studio's built-in web server is used to display your modernized IBM I app. The Wings production environment needs an IBM I and a Windows web server. Wings imported display files are hosted in a Microsoft ASP.NET website. To make your Wings screens available for users, you deploy this website to a Windows web server. On the IBM I, the production requirements are the same as the design time requirements. To review, you'll need IBM I v6r1 or higher. You'll also need IBM's no-charge licensed program product, Open Access, which is shipped with v7r2 and higher, and PTFs are available for v6 and v7r1. You'll also need the Wings framework installed on your IBM I, which includes ASNA DataGate. The Windows web server is connected to the IBM I with TCP/IP. It needs to be a Windows 2008 R2 or higher server, which includes the HTTP web server you'll need. You'll need the Wings framework installed on your Windows web server. And then you'll need your Wings ASP.NET presentation layer, that website deployed to the server. These requirements listed assume you intend to deploy the Wings screens locally within your network and not publicly on the internet. Deploying your Wings screens publicly is also possible, but that adds a firewall, secure sockets layer, and a few more security requirements that are beyond the scope of this introductory video. We're very proud of ASNA Wings. It provides rapid results and an effective ROI quickly. It is standards-based and can be tailored to your organization's needs. Wings adds value and power to your IBM I and helps you stretch the investment you've made in your RPG applications. To paraphrase System Implementations President Tabor Alderman, ASNA Wings is absolutely the right thing for your IBM I application modernization project. You can read the Systems Implementation Wings case study at bit.ly/asna-sys-imp. Thank you very much for watching this video. We greatly appreciate your time. To learn more about ASNA Wings, please send us an email at wingsinfo@asna.com or visit asna.com/wings. Thank you again very much.